What's going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 7 of the FC Barcelona B career mode. And in this episode, we're going to have a bit of rivalry, actually. First of all, we're going into a game against Ponferradina, that's it. And once again, have no idea who they are. I'm going to be saying that a lot in this series, but we've got a game, I think, a little bit later on in this episode. Yeah, we do, against Real Madrid Castilla. So two B teams going up against each other. And that's going to be a really important game. Real Madrid Castilla aren't doing that well in the league at the moment. We are, though. We're in third at the moment and we're on 14 points. But they're not doing well at all. I think they're in the bottom 3, if I'm correct in saying. But you can see here, we capitalised on our first chance with Dongu Shafak. Doing some great work actually, using his pace to get past the defenders, really good passing play, and a nice little chip through ball over to him. And it's a nice volley and nice finish as well for a player of his calibre. He's only 64 overall, that's still a really, really great goal. And they get very close here with a header, and I thought that went in, I honestly did. It looked like it had gone in, but luckily it had just gone out as, I think that was Adrian Ortega or Ortola. He wouldn't have been able to get that. There was no chance. And, they had a lot of players pushed up, and we did as well. And a lot of our players, well, I don't know if they were just making mistakes, but our players were intercepting all the time, just like that. Dongu Shafak capitalises on a mistake. He's through on goal. Can he get his second? Yes, he can. Simple, composed finish past the goalkeeper to make it 2-0. A nice little finesse shot under the keeper. And he's really playing well. I was criticising him a few episodes back, I think in about episode 4 or 5, that he just wasn't really doing much for me. But, I take all that back. He really is now. And, we had a lot of chances in this game, especially in the first half. And Dongu doing some work again, passing it down to Januzaj. Can he score? No, he can't. He is left-footed, I think, and that was his weak foot, and that was horrible from him. But I can't expect too much from him. He's a 61 rated player, but, he doesn't have the best stats. He's not quick. He's not that great technically, and he's not that great mentally. So I don't really know how he's going to grow. I don't know what stats are going to grow the fastest. It'll be interesting to see. But you can see they get a corner here in the 40th minute. They get close there once again, but unfortunately they couldn't score from it. And luckily for us, it was still 2-0 and it wasn't 2-1. And, they were starting to put a little bit of pressure on us. But no matter, we go into the half-time at 2-0 up. And Dongu getting both of the goals. He's really, really impressing me recently. He's kind of like the Jordan Ayew of the QPR career mode series. When he wants to play, he'll play, and he'll play well and get us goals. But you can see a lot of players were tired from the last game, and Januzaj's stamina generally is just really bad. So I decided to bring on Deulofeu just for a bit more pace because, he's not the paciest Januzaj, that's for sure. He's probably got about maybe 70 pace, and on the wings you need someone a little bit pacier really. And I also bring on Paul Calvert for Douglas Costa because Douglas Costa was quite low on fitness as well. But it'll be interesting to see how players have grown in the squad report that's coming up. And that was a bad cross from Pedro Obiang, but I think a lot of players have grown quite a lot, and if it's not quite a lot, they've grown in stats, that's for sure. And once again, Pedro Obiang in the 77th minute, crossing it in, bad cross, and just misses out on Dongu. And that might have been his hat-trick right there. I don't know, He hopefully can get a hat-trick in this game. He's definitely been playing well enough to warrant a hat-trick. But, it's just whether he can get in the right positions at the right time. But Dani Nieto gets played through here in the 82nd minute. And he's really, really good at dribbling the ball. And he crosses it in. And Dongu so close to the hat-trick there, so close, but the goalkeeper comes up with a great save. He's not got the best heading accuracy for a little man like him, but he's really good at jumping, and it's strange really. He scores quite a few headers, but you can see that we get close from the corner, but unfortunately the defender had it covered, and it's instead them that, I think that was Christianef that was close to scoring, but it's full time and we win the game 2-0. That is a really, really good result. and luckily for us we take down the 3 points, and that's really what we need to kind of challenge Mallorca, and I think it's Real Sociedad, no, it's Deportivo, I think. I'm not sure though, but they're winning all their games, and I don't know what kind of players they have. I might have to have a look at their players and see if they've actually got any decent players on their team that I might be able to pick up in the January transfer window. But this game right here was very important. We were going into a game against Real Madrid Castilla, the Real Madrid B team, and you know, I don't really know many of their players. I know some of them from kind of playing with them last year. Like, a lot of them have a lot of potential, of course, because they're so young. But, you know, they're not even in the top 10. So, really, we should be winning this game. But, you know, that doesn't mean that they're not good. You know, it just means they're in a goal drought, or then their goalkeeper's not playing that well. But you can see they get very close there. But unluckily for them, he was offside, just about offside. And that could have been 1-0 right there, but thank goodness he was offside. And instead, Carles Pianes crossing the ball in, Dongu Shafak on the end of that, but unfortunately we couldn't score that, even though he seems to have quite good, decent heading accuracy. And once again here, they have a shot, and it's saved at the near post by the goalkeeper, and that's a decent save, I have to admit. And they get a corner from this, and, wow, they don't really get much from that. Just a shot that could have deflected into the back of the net, but luckily for me, the luck was kind of on my side and it didn't. And instead we go into half time and it's 0-0. It's quite a boring first half, to be honest. There wasn't really that much action involved whatsoever, you know, apart from that header and a couple of shots from them. You know, nothing really was happening. You can see we had one shot, one on target. They had 2 shots and 2 on target, but I wasn't really sure who to bring on because fitness was alright, but Januzaj once again just wasn't cutting the mustard. He wasn't really doing that well, but I realised that I think, it was Danny Nieto that I put on the reserves accidentally, so I had to bring on Marco Bueno, which isn't the end of the world because he can play right wing, so I put him there instead of Januzaj because Januzaj is not really working out, to be honest at the moment. Although he is playing okay, you know, he's getting back defensively, but he's just not strong, he's not fast, you know, he's not really anything. I think I need to give him time to grow before he can be a good player. But you can see that we managed to get the ball back, very aggressive from Joan Roman, and Joan Roman has a shot from outside the box, and unfortunately the goalkeeper managed to save that, and we could have easily made it 1-0 there, but unfortunately we couldn't score, and it was an alright shot, but the goalkeeper had it covered, to be honest. And instead Douglas Costa is crossing the ball in, really good cross, but unfortunately their defence was ridiculously tall. Like, I don't know how they scored that, how they didn't score that either. That was very, very close. That could have been 1-0 right there to them, and that could have possibly ended our unbeaten streak in the league because we haven't actually been beaten yet. And you can see in the 70th minute, more pressure from Real Madrid B, and they cross it in and a header, and it just goes wide. They were wasting chances, you know, really good chances as well. And I was like, right, I need to sharpen up my defence. I need to bring on someone that's got a bit better fitness, but everyone was tired. I wasn't sure whether to bring on an attacker or not. I was tempted to take off Dongu because he wasn't really working out in this game, but I think in the end I don't bring on an attacker. I think I bring on Sergi Gomez at centre-back for Bagnac, I think it is, or Bagnac, yeah. And, you know, he's a really good defender, Sergi Gomez, but he's on the bench quite a lot recently, and that's because his form's not been brilliant. You know, he hasn't been playing the best for me. So I decided to bring him on as a sub, see what he can do. Hopefully he can do something better for me than Bagnac, because Bagnac's only 62 rated. Although he does have a lot of potential, he's still only 17, so he can definitely reach the 70 overall mark, maybe 75 overall mark. That'd be really great to see. But you can see we get very close here in the 80th minute, and it's instead a really, really great through ball over to Diné, I think that is, and he's in acres of space, and I just couldn't do anything about that. It's a simple finish into the bottom corner, and in the 82nd minute they make it 1-0. You know, it took 82 minutes to actually, you know, finally get a goal from either side, to be honest. And, you know, a really good right foot finish into the bottom corner. And, you know, we really needed to get back into this game if we didn't want to end our unbeaten streak. And we get very close there with a header, but, you know, once again, Dongu's not doing the work. You know, he can do it when he wants to, but, you know, when he's not feeling like it, he won't bother. And Hugo Mayo, I tried to keep the ball in, but luckily the defender took it out for a corner. I was on ultra attacking. The goalkeeper was up. Could I score from this? Douglas Costa with amazing corners. Unfortunately, the goalkeeper there, I think that went to, couldn't get the header on target, and we lose our first game. And that's a bit disappointing. You know, we could have done a lot better there. And that's a 1-0 result. You know, we could have easily won the game. We had a couple of chances, but they weren't really stellar enough for us to capitalise on them. And, you know, their defence was just really solid, really strong, and I couldn't really do much about it. But guys, if you've enjoyed this episode of Career Mode and want more Career Mode from me, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.